055 or 0996 892 965. Get a Zuku decoder today and not miss daily mass, worship and prayers, news bulletins, and so much more on Luntha TV, bringing wisdom into your home.
Luntha Tv stands as an autonomous faith-based broadcaster with a national and international reach. Experience the difference with Luntha Tv, where innovation meets experience. Our dedicated team, backed by cutting-edge technology, ensures seamless execution and unparalleled results. Luntha guarantees credibility and professionalism in all its endeavors and services. We offer, among this, production and broadcasting of jingles, music videos, narratives, documentaries, press services and programs on location or outside, live broadcasting of mass and other church functions, government or indoor functions, and political rallies, creation and broadcasting of special programs, sponsored content, sports and entertainment, and advertising for small, medium and large enterprises. All services are offered at competitive prices. Tune in daily to catch Luntha Tv on Zuko on Channel 51, Starsat Channel 474, Star Times Channel 474, Topstar 474, Kliye Kliye 007, Go TV on Channel 807, Azam on Channel 386, and live streams on our YouTube and Facebook platforms. You can find us in Area 2 Lilongwe or can reach us on 0883 815 055. Come, let us help you grow your business.
Watching Luntha Television, and it's time for news. My name is Helbert Katanda. First, let's have a look at our top stories.
Cardinals re-emphasize unity in prayer during conclave. Senate takes government to task over fuel scarcity. Admark absence hurt farmers' income. And in news from elsewhere, United States of America may soon deport migrants to Arabia.
Well, we have these and more other stories to stay tuned then. Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re has emphasized the importance of unity in prayer as the College of Cardinals is in conclave to elect the new Pope. Cardinal Re made the sentiments as he presided over the Mass for the election of a new pontiff on Wednesday in St. Peter's Basilica. As of Wednesday evening, the new Pope was yet to be named. We have the details.
In his homily, Cardinal Ray emphasized the importance of unity in faith and prayer as the cardinals elect the new pope. He invoked the help of the Holy Spirit, asking for guidance and strength so that the elected Pope may be the one the Church and humanity need at this critical time in history. Cardinal Ray highlighted the significance of love and fraternal communion, citing Jesus' commandment to love one another as he has loved us. He emphasized that the new Pope's role is to foster communion in all forms, including among Christians, bishops, and people. As the cardinals are in the Sistine Chapel to cast their votes, Cardinal Ray urged everyone to pray for the guidance of the Holy Spirit. He asked that the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of the Church, intercede for the cardinal electors that they may agree on the Pope our time needs. The cardinal expressed hope that the new Pope will awaken consciences, moral and spiritual energies in today's society, which tends to forget God and safeguard fundamental human and spiritual values essential for human coexistence and future generations. The Mass was attended by over 5,000 faithful.
Legal and political experts have advised civil servants to resign from their duties before engaging in active politics. The development follows the participation of several senior government officials in recent primary elections held by various political parties. The experts have also urged authorities to use existing administrative measures to ensure that civil servants who have joined politics resign, in line with the provision of the Section 193 of the Malawi Constitution. Gifty Kalonga reports.
As Malawi comes closer to the September 16th general elections, different political parties are conducting primary elections in order to choose who will represent their parties in different positions. It has been noted that there are some senior public servants who contested in the recent primary elections, including non-governmental organization Regulatory Authority Ngora's Executive Director, Edward Chireka Banda, and Office of President Cabinet OPC's spokesperson, Robert Kalindiza. One of the country's legal experts, Benedicto Kondowe, describes the development as a malpractice violating Section 193 of Malawi's Constitution, which stipulates neutrality of public servants, but said that the Malawian Constitution Section 40 grants public servants political right to contest in election only if they resign from the public service. He has asked the administrators in the public service to use administrative measures to make these public servants to resign.
Yes, it does violate, and my view is that participation of civil servants in active politics must be addressed with clarity and firmness, guided by both the Constitution and public service regulations. So if you look at Section 193 of the Constitution, it underscores the requirement for impartiality and independent exercise of duties by civil servants. And in my view, neutrality is foundational to public trust.
In a separate interview, political expert Chimwemwe Tsitsi noted that the participation of these public servants in active politics affects the affairs of the country.
Yeah, obviously it is wrong for a civil servant to continue in his or her role as a civil servant and at the same time participating in active politics. I'm saying this because civil servants are supposed to be professional. They are supposed to be non-partisan, or they are supposed to execute their duties with impartiality. So openly showing their political affiliation simply because they've joined active politics and they are contesting on a particular political party ticket, it's wrong, and it's, I think, uncalled for and even against the law for them to do that.
Public servants who join politics without resigning are in conflict with Chapter 20, Section 193 of Malawi Constitution, which stipulates that the National Assembly may prescribe a category of civil servant who, by reason of their seniority, shall not be able to directly participate in political activities, provided that the civil servant so restricted shall have the right to resign in order to participate directly in political activities. For Luntha Television, this is Gift Kalonga.
The Center for Democracy and Economic Development Initiatives has called on the Ministry of Energy to provide clarity on when government-to-government fuel procurement system will be implemented, noting that the move could help to address the ongoing fuel shortages and lead to a reduction of fuel prices across the country. Making the remarks during a press conference earlier today, seated Executive Director Sylvester Namira demanded a forensic audit on NOCMA from 2018 and immediate updates on the government-to-government fuel procurement, among others. This comes at a time countries like Kenya, South Africa, and Mozambique, who use the government-to-government fuel procurement system, have reduced the fuel prices in their countries. Rosemary Chikaonda reports.
In March this year, a delegation led by the Principal Secretary for Energy, Alfonso Chikuni, traveled to the United Arab Emirates to discuss fuel procurement bids. The lowest bid was submitted by Kuwait Petroleum Trading Corporation at $51 per metric ton, while the highest came from OQ Trading of Oman, priced at $74 per metric ton. Malawi is currently paying $157 per 1,000 liters to Adax Limited for fuel. In January, the country procured fuel from Gulf Limited, with petrol priced at $195 and diesel at $188 per 1,000 liters. The executive director of the Center for Democracy and Economic Development Initiative, CDED, Sylvester Namiwa, stated that the government-to-government fuel procurement is significantly cheaper than the current private supply arrangements. He emphasized that adopting this system could help reduce fuel prices in Malawi, which in turn would lead to a decrease in the cost of many other commodities across the country.
What is perceived as a fuel crisis is craftily engineered so much that Malawians should be skinned alive. Some powerful elements at the State House are at the center of this. Nonetheless, we are calling upon Malawians to demand nothing but transparency and strict adherence to set laws, regulations, and guidelines governing procurement of fuel. At the same time, we are demanding an immediate progress report on G2G. We are mindful of the fact that a team traveled to Dubai and have brought the most competitive ever premiums in fuel deals in the history of this country.
CDED expects a response and action on its demands within 7 days. If action is not taken, they will organize a nationwide peaceful demonstrations on the scarcity and high prices of fuel in the country. For Luntha News, this is Rosemary Kaonda.
One of the country's agricultural experts, Felix Jumbe, has emphasized the need for agricultural development and marketing cooperation to strategize its operations to fulfill its role and support the farmers. The recommendation comes as the delayed opening of ADMAC markets has left farmers in a precious situation, forcing them to sell their produce at giveaway prices to vendors. With ADMAC's absence, farmers are being exploited, receiving far less than the recommended prices for their crops. Emmanuel Shuocha reports.
The Minister of Agriculture announced the 2024-2025 farming season price on April 7, 2025. The prices include 1,050 kwacha per kilo of maize, representing a 62% increase from last year's price of 650 kwacha per kilo. Other prices set include 1,200 kwacha per kilo for rice, finger millet, cowpeas, and soya beans, while beans and shelled groundnuts will go for 2,500 kwacha per kilo. However, farmers are not benefiting from these prices due to delay opening of Agricultural Development Marketing Corporation ADMAC markets. In an interview with Luntha, Felix Jumbe, an agriculture expert, note that farmers heavily rely on ADMAC to sell their produce after harvesting. Jumbe emphasized that ADMAC timely operation is crucial in ensuring farmers get their prices for their crops.
So there is a lot of structural changes that need to be done that would ensure that the prices that are being put by government are the same prices that the farmers would be selling on the ground. But this is not happening because there is disparity on the approach.
Jumbe urged the government to fully fund ADMAC to enable it open its market on schedule. He notes that this would allow farmers to sell their produce at the recommended farm gate prices. Research conducted in areas like Wimbe in Kasungu shows that farmers are selling beans at 1,800 kwacha per kilo, about 28% lower than the price said of 2,500 kwacha. The research also revealed that vendors are buying the maize and the rice from farmers at 700 kwacha per kilo, significantly lower than the set price of 1,050 kwacha. Jumbe stressed the need for the regulatory body to enforce and set the prices to protect farmers.
You're still watching news right here on Luntha Television, coming to you live from Bishop Navy Media Center in Area 2, Lilongwe, and my name is Helbert Katanda. Before we proceed, let's have a recap of our top stories.
Cardinals re-emphasize unity in prayer during conclave. Synod takes government to task over fuel scarcity. ADMAC absence hurt farmers' income. And in news from elsewhere, United States of America may soon deport migrants to Arabia.
Moving on, people in Murei constituency in Lilongwe, Kasia, are still waiting to know the results of the primary elections which took place on the 19th of April 2025 for the ruling Malawi Congress Party. This has been reviewed when people in the area claimed to have been ordered by chiefs, summoned one of the contestants, Judith Mkwangwi, telling her to contest as independent following rumors that the incumbent member of parliament for the area, Mphatsoboti, has been declared winner because he's being backed by some party officials. Both the party's spokesperson, Dr. Jessica Bwira, and the party's Secretary General, Richard Chimwendobanda, could not respond to our questionnaires. Robert Edward reports.
Grave irregularities allegedly marred the primary elections on 19th April in now Mudei constituency, which is also called constituency number 1 by the locals because it is where President Dr. Shagwera comes from and was represented by him as the Lilongwe Northwest constituency before the demarcation exercise. According to locals, party officials had to photocopy ballot papers more than 3 times after they got finished when voting was in progress. The constituents then called one of the contestants during the primaries, Judith Mkwangwi, to ask her to contest as independent in the 16th September general elections, saying the incumbent member of parliament, Mphatsoboti, who has allegedly been declared winner, performed to their dissatisfaction.
Chiefs have sent us because since we conducted primary elections, there are no results. But at the same time, there are rumors that someone has won the primaries, so chiefs are surprised because it has not been announced. Another thing is that there were irregularities.
We want her to represent us on an independent ticket because we do not want the incumbent member of parliament.
During the meeting, MCB supporters claiming to be sent by chiefs took turns to praise Nkwangwi as their hope, saying the incumbent has failed to bring development in the constituency, despite it being where the president comes from. When he contacted, both Malawi Congress Party Secretary General Richard Banda and the party's spokesperson, Dr. Jessica Bwira, were unavailable to respond to our questions at the time of filing this story. For Luntha, this is Robert Edward.
Now in sports, the Super League of Malawi, through the disciplinary committee, has fined Premier Bet the Dynamos a total amount of 4.5 million kwacha for failing to control the actions of its supporters. This follows the disorderness that took place on the 13th of April 2025 at Dedza Stadium in TNM Super League match between Premier Bet Dedza Dynamos and Mzuzu City Hammers. The fines are to be paid before the next official match. Patrick Pupa has more in this report.
The Super League of Malawi's disciplinary committee has made a determination after a thorough reviewing reports, documentation, video footage, and responses from the accused. In addition to the fines, the league has issued a stern warning to the Premier Bet the Dynamos, citing their previous record and cautioning that further misconduct may result in harsher penalties, including post-deduction or suspension of the stadium. According to Donex Chilonga, Vice General Secretary for Super League of Malawi, the league remains committed to ensuring discipline, safety, professionalism within the league.
First of all, let me confirm that indeed SULOM, through its disciplinary committee, has indeed disposed of the case that involved the Dynamos and the Zuzu City Hammers. That case, the judgment has actually been given, penalizing the Dynamos for the fracas that actually ensued at the stadium.
Premier Bet the Dynamos Vice Chairperson Mavuto Mugode has expressed dissatisfaction within the charges and announced plans to appeal the decision.
Yeah, we have seen the determination, and as an executive, we'll sit down and see the way forward. But chances are high that we are going to appeal this verdict. Yes, we are not comfortable because the way things happened at the stadium, we provided the necessary and the required security. There was no fracas as people are putting it. Now, our supporters are well behaved. And if you can see, this incident happened at the VIP, and only by two individuals that were mentioned in our case versus the Hammers.
The Super League of Malawi urges the club to uphold the integrity of the game and maintain a safe and respectful environment for all participants. For Luntha News, this is Patrick Pupa.
Now in news from elsewhere, the US may soon start deporting migrants to Libya as part of its crackdown on immigration. Two US officials have told the BBC partner CBS News. The officials, who requested anonymity, said that the US military could fly migrants to the North African country as early as this week. The move is likely to spark a controversy, as Libya has been mired in conflict for more than a decade, and the U.S. State Department advises Americans not to travel there due to factors like crime, terrorism, and civil unrest. We have the details.
Libya is thought to be one of the several countries asked to accept migrant deportations by Donald Trump's administration. This week, Rwanda confirmed it was in the early stage of talks with the U.S., while Benin, Angola, Equatorial Guinea, Eswatini, and Moldova have all been named in media reports. It is not clear how many people the US hopes to deport to Libya or which part of Libya the migrants would be sent to. Since the overthrow of former ruler Muammar Gaddafi in 2011, the country has been divided into two. The West is ruled by UN-backed government, while military strongman Gen Khalifa Haftar controls the East. Haftar's son met US officials in Washington last Monday, but the US State Department and a Libyan spokesperson said the meeting was not about deportations. Since returning to office in January, President Trump has launched a mass deportation campaign, at times relying on controversial tactics such as the invocation of a centuries-old wartime. Earlier this week, the government offered migrants who are in the US illegally a sum of $1,000 to leave the country. The US may soon start deporting migrants to Libya as part of its crackdown on immigration, two US officials have told BBC partner CBS News.
And that story also concludes our today's news bulletin. But before we go, a reminder of our top stories.
Cardinals re-emphasize unity in prayer during conclave. Synod takes government to task over fuel scarcity. Admark absence hurt farmers' income. And in news from elsewhere, United States of America may soon deport migrants to Arabia.
My name is Halbert Katanda. Thanks for watching, and it's goodbye for now.